It's been nearly 12 years since Rust's release date, all the way back in 2013. And fast forward to today, Rust is as big as it's ever been, with YouTubers topping the charts with millions upon millions of views. But when you think of Rust YouTube today, you think of the big names like SpoonKid, Blueprint, or Wellen. But what about the older YouTubers who aren't here today? The YouTubers who helped pave the way for what Rust has become. And that, boys and girls, is today's topic. How's it going, everybody? I'm CloudRaids, and welcome back to the channel, where I talk about video games and everything surrounding them. Today we're going to be talking about 5 Rust YouTubers that quit. These are the content creators that just don't make Rust YouTube videos anymore. Some of them don't make videos at all. Let me know what other videos you guys want to see. Maybe it's YouTubers from a different game. Let me know down in the comments below. But either way, let's get into the video because I'm pretty excited. Coming in at number 5, we have Ramsey, with his oldest video being published all the way back on August 27th, 2016, titled Exploiting Poor Base Designs, which would become a common theme amongst his channel, where he would not only exploit poorly built bases, but he would go around trolling other players. Most of the time, these other players would be big clans, and this is where people truly started to love him, because it truly felt like he was sticking up for the small guy. While most people couldn't put a dent in these clans, at least we had Ramsey to be a thorn in their foot, and this would lead to his biggest video ever, titled A Dance with Hackers, a video released all the way back on April 6, 2018, where in the video he decided to build a base inside of a clan's compound, but not just any clan, a clan that had cheaters in it. This 40-minute long video was almost a sweet type of revenge. While we couldn't do much to the cheaters, Ramsey found a way to get under their skin, almost becoming a hero of the people. So much so, the video has 3.8 million views. Once again, his highest viewed video on the channel. A true masterpiece. Some people might say that this video is iconic when it comes to old Rust, but sadly, this is when it takes a dark turn, because at the time, while everything looked great for Ramsey, after this video, he disappeared for 3 years. He went completely silent. And as a YouTuber who's getting millions of views, to just stop YouTube all of a sudden had everybody worried. With no explanation, people feared the worst. But in a bittersweet moment 3 years later, Ramsey uploaded a video on December 26th, 2020, titled Why Did I Stop Uploading?, where in the video he explains that his mental health took a turn for the worse. Uploading videos got harder and harder, and his self-esteem just wasn't there anymore, saying that it's okay to be disappointed in him because he's disappointed too.
I know I let a lot of you down. I know there's a lot of disappointment, but trust me when I say that no one was more disappointed and annoyed and angry with me than me. And I understand for some of you it's too far gone, it's too late, and that's okay. You don't have to watch me, you don't have to stick around, but I ask that you at least forgive me in your heart for the disappointment.
He did all of this while recreating the iconic picture from A Dance with the Hackers. It's truly a sad video, but as sad as it was, at least it let people know that he was okay. It's sad to see that he thinks we're disappointed, because I know that's not the case. Amongst a lot of people, he's still considered one of the legends when it comes to Rust YouTube. But coming in at number 4, we have Archam, with his first video being published all the way back in 2012 on August 29th, titled The Fine Art of Trolling Battlefield 3. He would continue to make Battlefield 3 and Call of Duty content along with some other games, and it would be up to 3 years later until he released his first Rust video titled The Mariachi Band of Death, published on August 18th, 2015. After this, he would still post content on other games, but Rust videos started to come out more and more. Most of his Rust content was centered around the community, whether that be trolling or trap bases. Some people consider Archam the godfather of trap bases when it comes to Rust. Once the Rust content started coming out more regularly, Archam exploded in popularity, going from a couple thousand views a video, eventually to a couple 100,000, and even over a couple million views a video, with his most popular video being uploaded on September 30th, 2016, titled Trapping an Entire Clan and Making Them Jump into My Pit. This video proceeded to go on and gain over 5 million views, and in this video he indeed did go on to trap and troll an entire clan.
You can either kill yourself or you can kill yourself. There's no option. There's no other option here.
It's safe to say things were looking really good for Archam all the way up until 2021 when he uploaded his last video. More specifically, February 26, 2021 when he released his last video titled The Suicide Squad of Rust. This would sadly be the last video that Archam would upload to his YouTube channel. Sadly, he has not made an update video to explain what happened, so at the moment it is all speculation. At least there's not an update that I can find. From his Twitch account, he hasn't streamed in 3 years, but on Twitter he was active on May 12, 2024, so it's safe to say that maybe he just doesn't want to do YouTube, which is really sad to see. But luckily for me, Archam was one of the few YouTubers that I watched that I had the opportunity to play with. This was all the way back in 2017, and me and Archam happened to play a couple of games of Fortnite. Luckily I was recording, so here's the video, but I was a little squeaker back then and I doubt he remembers me. But the point still stands that Archam was an outstanding person, and he was truly a prominent figure in the Rust community. But moving on to the number 3 spot, we have Blizzard ID. Blizzard ID's first video was published all the way back on April 15th, 2016, titled 1v5 Base Defense. And as you could probably guess, the video was of him defending his base from a 5-man group. Blizzard's content mostly surrounded him just surviving in multiple scenarios, whether that's messing with clans or him playing solo. His content had a good sense of storytelling, maybe not so much through words but through the actions themselves. Blizzard ID's biggest video would come on May 1st, 2016, titled Best Start in a While Gets Me Banned. This video accumulated over 286,000 views. In this video, Blizzard ID is doing what he does best, PvPing and just having a good time, only to find out next time he tries to log back into the server that he has been banned. Blizzard ID was truly making a name for himself, with his videos getting from 10,000 views up to a couple 100,000 views a video. But sadly, even with all of this success, there's still a reason that he's on this list, because on March 27th, 2017, Blizzard ID released his last video to his YouTube channel. The video, titled Authorize, contained footage of him and the YouTuber Ramsey, coincidental enough, breaking into a player's house and taking all of their loot. After this video, it would be 3 years before we got any kind of update, and that update would come as a comment under his most recent video, stating, "I know a lot of you are still waiting for a new video, but I figured I should let you know that I've been streaming quite a lot over on Twitch. I'm not sure when I'll be returning back to YouTube, as I find Twitch a lot more enjoyable and I would rather focus my attention to that." And while he is still somewhat active over on Twitch, with his latest stream being a month ago on the game Peak, it doesn't seem like he'll be coming back to YouTube anytime soon. But to end it on a good note, he still is active over on Twitter, where he recently talked about his weight loss journey, stating that he was down 70 pounds. So good for you, Blizzard. I'm happy to see it. At the number 2 spot, we have Vertigo Gaming. Vertigo's first YouTube video on his channel was published all the way back on September 9th, 2013, titled Medieval Battle From Rage to Beast Chivalry. It wouldn't be until 2 years later that Vertigo would release his first Rust video on March 13th, 2015, titled Payback is a Bitch. In this video, Vertigo finally gets up a little base when he was raided shortly after. At this point, Vertigo had a personal vendetta against the people who raided him, and well, he got his payback. While Vertigo did have a lot of success with his Rust videos, he was also very successful with his other gameplay videos as well. For example, his most viewed video on the channel isn't actually a Rust video, but a Friday the 13th gameplay video. Releasing on May 31st, 2017, the video has over 5.3 million views, with the title named It Got In My Head. But his most viewed Rust video is sitting at number 2 on his channel, with the title named Biggest Raid in Rust History. This video was released on April 30th, 2015, and it has accumulated almost 4 million views. But when it comes to Vertigo being on this list, it's a little weird, because technically he still does YouTube, just not as much, and he doesn't really upload Rust content anymore like he used to. But luckily for us, Vertigo gave us an explanation on a video titled Why I Don't Love Rust Anymore, released on April 26, 2021. In this video, Vertigo goes on to explain that he's just not happy with the direction of the game, saying that the direction of Rust is starting to feel more and more group reliant. And considering this video is over 4 years old now, looking at it today, he might not be wrong. He also stated that the optimization of the game took a little bit of the fun away, because the longer Rust has been out, the more competitive people get. It went from a survival game to a competitive PvP game. Since then, he's only uploaded one Rust video on January 28th, 2025, titled Returning to Rust in 2025. But since then, he hasn't uploaded another Rust video, so only time will tell. Coming in at the number 1 spot, we have Faceless, aka Skunta, aka Faceplant47. As you could probably tell, Faceless has changed his name a lot throughout the years, but most people know him as Faceless, so that's what I'm gonna call him in today's video. When it comes to Faceless, things get a little bit difficult, because while he is a legend in the Rust community, looking at his channel, things get a little weird. And what I mean by this is if you take a look at his channel, a lot of the videos seem to be scattered, like certain videos are missing. And well, this would be the case, because in his most recent video titled A Human Pigpen, down in the comments he finally gave everybody the update that they've been waiting for. But oddly enough, his comments got deleted, as they are no longer on that video for everybody to see. In this comment, he talks about how a lot of his older videos had to be privatized due to breaking YouTube's new TOS, saying that he used some music that was allowed back then that's just not allowed today, and he didn't feel like the risk to his channel was worth it. And in the same comment, he also goes on to talk about why he quit YouTube, stating that he just doesn't have the passion for YouTube that he once had before, saying that he doesn't want to hop on a game only to make content. And honestly, I think a lot of people understand where he's coming from. So unlike other YouTubers on this list where I went and talked about their first video, their most popular video, and their most recent video, that's a little bit more difficult with Faceless, because most of his videos are deleted or privatized to say the least. And to top it off, Faceless was involved with many other channels, like Jugi, his Fortnite channel, and Rust Headquarters, where he would also post Rust videos. And if you're wondering, no, he doesn't post on those channels either. But that's okay, because when it comes to Faceless, I tend to know too much. But like, not in a weird way, that's not how I meant it. But either way, you know what I mean. When I think of Faceless, I think of some of the most iconic Rust videos on YouTube. One of Faceless's most iconic series ever is Living Off the Loot. It was so popular to where he has multiple seasons. In these videos, he could not farm anything. No barrels, no trees, no stones, nothing. The only way he was able to live was by getting loot from players or from boxes. This series honestly took a huge amount of dedication, and to have multiple seasons on top of that is even crazier. But sadly, if you want to watch the series, the first season is taken down, but the second season is just as good. Another iconic Rust series from Faceless, which introduced me to Rust the first time, is Living in the Stone Age. In this series, him and another famous YouTuber, Sniping Soup, have decided to challenge themselves and only use Stone Age items, such as stone tools, spears, and etc., not allowing themselves to use any type of gun. Oddly enough, you don't see Rust challenges like this anymore. But even with the goated series, Faceless did have his fair share of drama on Rust and on Conan Exile. I'll try not to go into too much detail, but his first run-in with trouble was with the YouTuber Zuckles, where they were once good friends and had an ugly fallout all over YouTube. And then again, he ran into some more drama with the famous YouTuber H2O Delirious. To keep it sweet and simple, Faceless and H2O Delirious were on the same Conan Exile server when Faceless decided to raid H2O Delirious, and well, he didn't take this very lightly. In response, H2O Delirious decided to watch every new Faceless video, and every time a video went up, he would find their base location and grief it. Some truly devious work. But with all that being said, that's all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed the video, maybe leave a like, but if you loved it, maybe subscribe. Who knows, I won't push on it anymore. But either way, I do love you guys. You guys have a great day, and like always, I don't know what time it is there, so probably have a great night too. And I can't forget the smooch. Mwah!